Okay, it says I'm live, but it says failed to go live. So if you are in the room and you can hear me and see me, hi Joshua, go ahead and type that you can because it keeps saying failed to go live. This is Shannon Gronich with Mastermind Monday, and it looks like we have a few people in the chat room, so if you want to go ahead and, oh good, hi Josh. Welcome, Josh with Rock, Paper, Simple has joined us. I just put in the chat room the live link to join via video. This way you can introduce yourself and be a part of the collaboration and masterminding tonight. So just getting set up on Facebook Live here for a moment. Hi, Joyce. All right, I'm going to ask each of you to be a speaker. We have Joyce White Nelson. I believe that's what Joyce it is, with Joyce Ventures. There we go. Josh is signing in. Perfect. And then we have Beth. Welcome. All right, I'm just getting Facebook Live set up. Then we're going to get started. So part of Mastermind Monday is where we get to come together, collaborate. We take opportunity to share our elevator pitch, what it is that we're looking for, and maybe there's ways that you can support other people. And then we start sharing resources and giving instant feedback. So if you have a goal or a challenge you're working with, you have a few here and individuals that I look to for resources to collaborate and share. We also, with the elevator pitch, are open to giving feedback. One of the things that I found, right, sorry, I'm trying to get this to at the same time. One of the things that I have discovered is that if we're not getting what we're looking for in our business or in our marketing, many times it is how we're communicating and our request and the words we're using, and are we articulating clearly, quickly, clearly, and concisely, or is it, is there information that might be unnecessary or not a clear, powerful message? So that's one of the things that we do work with here also, is helping you hone in on that. So Joshua, how are you? Let's see if we can hear your voice.
Let's see, can you hear me?
If you want to say hello.
I'm speaking.
Oh, I'm not hearing you. Let me make sure. Oh, I'm muted. Here we go.
How about now?
I can hear you. Perfect. Welcome. So I am still trying to get Facebook Live set up because I've found that with the Google Hangout, we always have a number of people that sign up and watch the replay, but Facebook Live, we can, in our hours time together, get hundreds of people watching us, which is always fun to connect that way. So Josh, do you mind, Joshua, I may have you share who you are a couple of times tonight, just as I'm getting this going, because I'd love to have people here on Facebook, who you are, what you're doing. And I know that you're actually a mentor with the Business Acceleration Summit. Thank you for coming and sharing your wisdom and brain tithing. So we're super grateful that you're here. And I'm going to turn it over to you for a minute while I get this set up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm Joshua Adams. I am the head honcho at Rock, Paper, Simple. We are a digital marketing agency specializing in building marketing-focused platforms, the brands and the campaigns that derive to those websites. So my goal when I come on these things is to help however I can, but my expertise really lies in the website ecosystem. So web design, marketing, the branding elements, I absolutely adore branding. When it comes to messaging, helping build brands, I absolutely love that side of it. But really my true love is on the website platforms and helping people convert, make money on the web.
Make money on the web. You do. I went in and I looked at Joshua's work before we started collaborating, and his branding work. For branding, I was first off really surprised at how reasonable the pricing was. But I love Joshua because it's interesting, you be good at design and maybe good at website. And what I love about your work is you're very holistic. I mean, it's the whole system from the copywriting to the client experience and you know, that brand imaging and again messaging. So blessed to be here. And you know business. I mean, you're out mentoring all kinds of businesses, so you get to see and hear lots of resources. I know you're definitely a hub in our community for connecting people too.
Yes, absolutely.
Do you get to share your story of what got you started in your business? I love some of the individuals that may be watching. You know, obviously we attract people that are successful, that are looking to go to the next level, collaborate. They're here looking for clients. But I know that we also sometimes have individuals that might be struggling. Maybe they're challenged in certain areas. And I know that your story is so inspirational on what you've come from.
So were you asking me to share some of it? Is that what was the...
Share some of it.
You phased out there for a minute, so we went quiet. And I was like, I think she wants me to share the story. No, absolutely. Gosh, I've had my ups and downs, no doubt. I actually started my first web design business in my parents' garage when I was 18, and I had 3 desks in there, and I had 1 employee for about a day. So I was very proud of myself because I had 1 employee and 3 workstations. I had to take pictures of the workstations and share those on Facebook. Look at my booming business. It did very, very well. And I really took off that first year. A couple years in, I merged the business with a marketing agency in Titusville. The owner had approached me and said, wow, I love what you're doing. And she said, let's blend what we're doing. Let's merge businesses. And I thought, wow, I'm winning out on this one. She's got such a great agency, and I'll learn all this stuff from her. I merged businesses, come to find out about a month into it, her business is going bankrupt. She has no money in the bank. She disappears for months at a time because she's burnt out. Disaster. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. And overnight, I own an agency, and I'm a web guy. I'm a programmer, and I know nothing about branding and marketing and all this stuff. And I have print clients, and I have employees, and I have, and you know, I fast learned branding. I would work during the day and execute projects, and then in the night, I would start reading up on branding and marketing and printing and how does all this work, and taking my programmer mind and fast expanding it, and brought the company around, turned the company around. At one point, we were doing $250,000 revenue, and it was starting to go up. And the problem was we had this cyclical problem of I would get the company going, and then my partner would show up again and screw things up. And then she would disappear, and I'd get the company going, and my partner would show up and screw things up. And so it was just this really painful cycle, and I was too young and stupid to realize I probably should get out. 3 years later, I discovered she's embezzling money. It became completely unbearable to continue to work and fix things, pick up the pieces after a while, and so could not come to reconciliation, and so I resigned. And I resigned as president of my own company. I gave up ownership and walked away from that company. And overnight, I went from being an owner of an agency to losing everything. I had $700 to my name. She had messed the taxes up so badly that even me getting out when I did, I still had $30,000 in debt that I had to deal with. And so I decided, heck, why not? $700 to my name and $30K in debt, let's start another company. And so Rock Paper Simple was born. I took $400, dropped it in the account, and said, oh, well, you better start reproducing if we're going to grow a business with this. And it just took off. I spent about 3 months prepping for the business and built my brand and planned out my offerings. And we launched, and that was March of 2013 in my apartment. I had 2 interns at the time. By October, I had my first office. January, my first staff. The following year, we doubled in revenue, added 2 more staff. The following year after that, we doubled and a half in revenue and doubled the staff to 10. Moved offices this past November. And then along the way, we added branding services and marketing services and have really branched that out. But the long and short of it was it took the greatest disaster in my career to spark the greatest success, which is Rock Paper Simple. And it's just, it blows my mind that that simple decision of I should give up everything and walk away from what I thought was my greatest achievement, what I thought was something I didn't want to let go of, and literally start, well, some people say, oh yeah, how much investment did you start the company with? Yeah, $30,000 negative. It's not knowing what they're expecting to hear. So it's been a fun ride. It's a great story. I've been able to pay off that entire balance along the way. Sometimes I think back and go, man, would have been nice not to have to pay off $30,000 in debt in that first year of a startup. That would have helped a little bit, but it is interesting. And sometimes you look back and say, that's what drove it. It drove it to grow so fast. So that's a little bit of that story.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And did you have mentors along the way? And this is obviously Mastermind Monday, and we talk about mentors and collaborating in part. Was that something that you feel like was instrumental in your success, or did you
repeat the question for a minute?
Did you have mentors and people that you collaborated with along the way to help you? Were you relying on mentors?
Yeah, I've definitely had some great mentors along the way. I have an old friend from up north, a family friend, who we really didn't talk for a long time, and when we resumed conversation, it was right along the lines of me getting this kickstarting going. And very often we'll call him up and run things by him. He'll call me. He'll have thought of something during the day while he was working, and he'll say, "Oh, I got to call Joshua to call me with these ideas." And out of the blue, he'd call me with hiring suggestions or business planning suggestions or budgeting suggestions. And a lot of the time that was really huge. And then just having other older business people around me to be able to bounce things off of. Didn't always take their advice. Sometimes that was a good thing. Sometimes that was a bad thing. There was a couple times where some mentors very well could have said, "I told you so." I've had mentors say, "Don't hire that person." I hired him anyways, and then later on they said, "I told you not to." But yeah, I would say it's been instrumental. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, great. Well, thank you for coming in and brain tithing. And one of the things about Mastermind Monday is that we all, no matter where we're at in our business, we are all also reaching out, and we'll have questions. I know Joyce, who we're going to introduce in a moment, that we're here and we may ask for something. We may want feedback. We're always looking to grow and strive to go to that next level. So we have some people in the chat room say hello. We're on Facebook Live. We've got a number of people on Facebook Live. We just heard from Joshua Adams with Rock, Paper, Simple. We're on Facebook Live. You can feel free to share, so we can do a shout out about you and your business if you want to share your business, your website. If you have any questions for us, we'd be happy to answer and help. And so Joyce White Nelson, I'm going to put you on the big screen.
Okay.
A little bit about you.
Well, hi everybody. I'm Joyce White Nelson, and I'm the founder of Joyce Ventures. And Joyce Ventures is a collective or a group of business innovation strategists, and we really help you initiate, nurture, and sustain business relationships through systems and processes and procedures that then, after you've accomplished that, lead you to that communication and collaboration that's really required to create joint ventures. So it depends what your outcome is that you desire, but we have a lot of people behind here to bring to the table to learn and grow with you and create the outcomes you desire. Can you hear that? Shannon, you're all still. You're stiff. You're not moving.
Yep, it's completely frozen.
Okay, fully present. Good. Okay. So, Josh, I have something to say. I have these things called Georgisms. My dad's name was George. He's passed 20 years. But one of his Georgisms applies to you. And I have a series of little snapshots of him that I write them across, and then I say, "Thanks, Dad." So one of them that I post, so one of them is If you make the right decision 51% of the time, you're beating the odds. So make a decision and move on.
Yeah.
And that's what you did. You know, you made a lot of decisions, and they're not always all going to be correct. You sought advice, but still you made your own decisions, and things happen. And then you pick yourself up and you make another decision the next day. So there's always another day ahead, you know, so you don't linger on that one and become paralyzed with that decision. Just move on.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Shannon's frozen again.
Yeah, okay. So we're not. We're on Wi-Fi. I'm not on Wi-Fi, so that's probably the deal.
Yeah.
So I'm in.
Okay.
Well, here's Shannon. She's coming in.
For a second. She's frozen again.
Okay. So I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin, and you're in Florida. So that's nice. So Josh, I haven't had a chance to have a one-on-one with you, so I'd like to do that. So let's spend some time. I mean, we sat at the same VIP table together, but we've never spent that time together to really get to know each other and each other's business. So let's schedule that. Okay?
I like it. I like it. I'll kick you an email.
Okay, good.
I have this wonderful Mailbird program here, and my favorite feature about this program is I can hit Control-Alt-Space, and an email box comes up right in the middle of my screen. And I can send my email off. Love it.
Okay.
Love it. My email program doesn't even have to be open. Control-Alt-Space. I love it.
Okay.
Already writing that email.
All right. So I think most of us have entrepreneurs. I'm not sure if Shannon's back, so I'll just keep chatting here. So most of us as entrepreneurs have had some kind of similar experience, whether it be through some kind of business choice that we made. I'm a lot older than you, Josh, so I maybe could multiply those experiences tenfold of things that I've done. And then, but if we, you know, you have a smile on your face and I have a smile on my face. So if we keep just moving through that with a positive attitude and making the best decisions that we can at the time with the information that we have, then, you know, we just do it, and you start another day new every single day, and maybe you have to get up an hour or two earlier and get it done, you know, and do it. So that's awesome.
No, absolutely. You know, I've said I've learned more from my mistakes than my successes.
Oh, for sure.
That's
the whole fail forward concept, right? That little book that's so important, fail forward.
You realize that it takes a certain amount of mistakes to get to success. So I decided to hurry up and make mine really, really, really fast and make as many of them as I could.
You know, like the mulligans in golf, right? Like, let's get them out of the way. But guess what? They just never get out of the way. They keep happening, but they become less when you become more clear.
Right.
The more clarity that you have with your mission and vision and your alignment and your core values, the more of that you have, the choices that you make come with a pause and more clarity with the choices that you make. And I don't know. There's a very crude saying that Richard Branson has that I just love. And something about rather having a hole in the company than some other kind of hole. So it's better to just have a space there than make an inaccurate choice, because you can deal with the space.
Absolutely. We're actually right now hiring a front-end developer, and gosh, it's difficult. It's so difficult to find not only somebody talented that can take the spot, but somebody who fits the culture, and it's very difficult, very, very difficult. Now that you bring up hiring and whatnot, but man.
I may have a resource for that, for you to partner with some other company that does that and might have had the same struggles, and maybe you could share.
Maybe, yeah. So it's been tricky.
Mm-hmm.
I must have interviewed 36 people.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Right. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, Shannon, we can hear you now.
Shannon join us. We still have a few people in the chat room, and Facebook is popping. So thank you, Joyce. Joyce, both of these individuals the line, and I'm going to consider myself in that also. We love finding ways to increase your revenue. Joyce, I've seen her with creating ventures, have ideas and connections and ways to move projects forward very quickly. So she was instrumental in working with Wendy Barnes, who won the Business Acceleration Award at the last Business Acceleration Summit. So a lot of that was collaborating with Joyce, and really she went from napkin idea, or very, very, very beginning to in revenue, right, and some big things happening. So thank you for both what you do. And we have my sister Shannon on the line.
Oh,
Shannon
wow.
just joined. Hi, Shannon. So we love hearing who's on the call. We'd love to hear your elevator pitch, if you don't mind sharing what you're doing and what you're looking for and how we can support you. Those of you on Facebook, same thing. I see we have Joyce, or it's June, we have Ron, we have Jerry. Hi, everybody. We are on the Mastermind Monday, so please feel free. We'll give you a shout out if you want to share your business name, elevator pitch, or if there's something that you're looking for that we can collaborate and help you find. I'll turn it over to you.
Mute myself here.
If you'll share your pitch or a little bit about your business. Or not. Okay. So I wanted to invite everybody, and we have, let's see, we've got a few more in the chat room. Beth, Dee Dee, please feel free to type in the chat if there's anything you want us to discuss or collaborate with. I know I have a couple of questions in the back office I'll pull up too, but I wanted to let you know that the Business Acceleration is an app. And you can actually download the app, and in the app we are asking people to share milestones and successes. Even if you want to share this on behalf of one of your clients or somebody that you're working with, every summit, and our next summit is January 19th, we'll be giving out an award. So we would love to recognize those individuals that are just really, as Josh said, failing quickly and moving quickly and becoming unstoppable. So the Business Acceleration Summit, you can actually go to our website, or you can go to the or the Google store and download that, and we invite you to post in there. That's even great way to mark in the community. We have close to 100 people that are participating, and it's a great way to find out what's going on in our community also. And Shannon, I didn't know if you wanted to pop in and say hello. I know that Shannon is a health coach, intuitive health coach. And maybe she's going to be silent. So, it's so funny. Everybody that's on, I know almost all of them could give shout outs. Is that crazy? There's a few I don't know. But I know Daylene Woodward Bagby is an amazing homeopathic expert. And this woman, I've known her for a number of years. Homeopathy has been around for thousands of years. It is a non-invasive treatment that can help people with all types of ailments, and it's really inexpensive. I mean, I just went and got a remedy from working with her for, I think, $8 or $9 at the health food store, and seeing major results fairly quickly. So it's Greenwise, I think it's her. I'll get her website name, but I know she's a homeopathic. Let me click. I don't know if I can click on that from there. We also have some custom design woodwork, some neat things. Ron, who is a sales trainer. Oh my gosh, Ron is amazing. This guy goes in and helps companies that are in the 10 million and go up even higher. He has a great way with working with sales teams and really focused on increase line. He's great with languaging. I had the opportunity to work with him for about a year, and the consultative sales side of things and how to really get engaged to come saying yes and get them self-enrolling, which I know, Joyce, you're good at. I've heard both of you and Josh working with individuals. Ron is master at that. So Joyce and Joshua, do you guys have any request.
Ron, who are we talking about, Shannon? Let me put his name in here.
Lorber.
Hilbert?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, so he is great at that. So, and we actually have, and there's no questions here so far, we're actually doing Joyce was here after the last summit, and we did a Business Catalyst Intensive. And Joyce, do you care to share a little bit about the experience? And again, I invite you, Edie and Beth. Well, I know Beth said that she had to get off, but was putting us on the schedule for next time. Anybody that's on Facebook, please, if you have any questions, you've got a wealth of knowledge right here. We'd love to support you. Joyce, do you mind sharing a little bit about the Business Catalyst event that you did and some of the successes that happened?
Okay, sure. Hi. Well, what we did, I've done Business Catalyst intensives before. I've done them on a ship for a couple days. I've done them in hotel rooms. The idea is to get off the grid, roll up your sleeves, and really work on your business and get some actionable items that you are forced to do. You're held accountable to. So what we did this time is bring in some of the experts in the area, because most of the audience from the Business Acceleration Summit is within 50 miles. They're local. So we brought in a few of the experts there and held a 2-day event. One day was a full-on intensive. Even the lunch was a simulation of how to do a one-on-one talk with someone else and then report out to the group what you learned. So, and then we brought in 3 people virtually to give sort of ancillary information that you would need at the next level. And by the end of the first day, everyone had to decide what they were going to work on their own the second day. So they had to decide from all this intensive input, what would move their business the fastest forward? What would be the catalyst? What was the 1 or 2 things that they needed to work on to move their business forward? And then they chose a coach or an expert to consult with the next day. And then they come at night to what I call the Superstar Spotlight. So during the Superstar Spotlight, they make a presentation of what they accomplished during that day. And then we have a evaluation. We had an evaluation right at the beginning, a 12-point evaluation on different areas of business, sort of a self-evaluation, and then they did it again. And interestingly enough, and it's very common, people scored themselves lower in some areas. It doesn't mean you became lower, it means you become more aware of, because of the input of information, you become more aware of what your needs really are. And you go, oh, I didn't know about as much about that as I thought I did. So then it becomes an area of need and you can document that. So it was a very successful roll up your sleeves, work on your business, really actionable items for people that they would have takeaways. Every one of the experts or coaches not only brought information, but brought resources. So people went away with a packet, they went away with actionable items and a to-do list. So it's a way not to have a private one-on-one coach. So for an example, actually 2 of my own clients attended, but they did not choose to work with me on the second day. They chose to work with one of the other people. So then that's really value added for them to bring in other people as the resources and then give that information. So that was awesome. So we're considering, we all talked about it. It becomes a very close group. And so we all had an open evaluation the second night of how that went and what value they felt that they got out of that. So we're considering having that at this next summit around before, after. So if anyone has any questions about it, they can ask. Shannon was in that. Gio, who's not on, was in it. Myself. It's my model, but I brought in other people. And so we could have some open conversation about what that is, that'd be great.
Awesome. Yeah, it was really one of the things that I loved so many aspects of it, but I loved your style of having people decide what it is that they needed next and to take that whole next day to work on it. And I could just see the breakthroughs in all different areas of it. You know, what a transformation, just 24-hour period from them, you know, leaving the intensive side of it where you're there working, and then the next day when we did, what did you call the evening event?
The superstar spotlight. Because you've become a superstar. But you know, Shannon, we receive so much information. So if you look at it as the yin and the yang, but the true grit of an entrepreneur is making that decision, just as Josh's story started in the beginning here. And without someone telling you, you get all this input, and then you have to decide what are the 1 or 2 things that I'm going to work on that will really make a difference for where I am right now. And who am I going to access as an expert to help me with that? That is really the hugest difference between having a job and someone telling you what to do, even if you're a leader in your job, where you have a managerial role. It's still much different being an entrepreneur, and the buck stops here and you have to make that decision. So we're going to keep silent about how we have them make that decision because that's a surprise for everyone. And but there were a few little squirmy wormies in the seats, but that was good because they had some time to do that, and everyone felt they really had huge value out of it. I know they said so it was great.
Well, I know just the part that I helped one person with, I would charge $1,000 for, and so the price end and get everything else beyond what she got completed just with the part that we did was pretty huge value. That was great.
And we did evaluate that too. We asked them, do you feel like the description of it? Do you feel that you really, because we had described it as a $5,000 value, and do you think that's trumped up, you know, after the fact? Do you think that that's just sort of cheesy, you know, that description? But what you really got from these 7 experts, and I hope that the people did reach out to the other 3 that came in virtually, the experts that came in, because they have that opportunity. So I hope they didn't waste that opportunity to reach out to them, because that was an offer, right? We need to take up those offers. When people offer us their expertise, they mean it. They mean it. And so we need to take that opportunity and make that appointment and take that expertise. And so they had actually 7 experts to access and pick their brain, you know, about something. So everyone agreed that it was the value. It wasn't over-evaluated and trumped up to be something it wasn't. So that was great.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, we look forward to having more of that in our community. And I know that has inspired me. I've been doing a free press or a media boot camp on my own for a number of years. And occasionally I'd have one person come in. But just seeing, Joyce, how wonderful it worked with you bringing in all the different, it inspired me to do a Media Magic sales and marketing intensive. And there'll be, obviously, it's not you running it. And Joyce, those of you that don't know Joyce, background in education makes her so special and so unique, and how she teaches. But we're bringing to, and so I can't do that part or duplicate it. But my commitment whenever I did these was really put people in the position of becoming magnetic with, you know, with their products, their power bio, their press release. I'm actually bringing in Joshua, and Joshua, I'm going to put you on the spot in a minute, so I'm giving you a little bit of warning. I didn't just ready, fire, aim. We're doing the ready, aim, fire. But I'm bringing in, we have Skin, who is an amazing storyteller. This individual is a regular contributor for Huffington Post. She's been in Yahoo News. Newell, who has been on the Today Show with Matt Lowry, and is great with product launch and product development. And I'm trying to think of who else. Oh, Gio Roper, who is who's done big campaigns, worked a lot in politics. And so commitment, and one of the things that that will be happening there for people that join is you will leave with your power bio, you will leave with a press release, also action steps for moving your business and around sales, because I know at the end of the day it is, and this is what we talked about with Joyce, is, you know, at the end of this was like, do you think it impacts your bottom line? And everything that we do want to see, how can this impact our bottom line? So Josh, I'd love for you to share for a minute on what you're going to be contributing at the summit, or the the Media Magic Marketing and Sales Intensive on November 5th at the Crowne Plaza Oceanfront.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. You know, each of these things I kind of come as different roles, and it's one of those things where with the website as a core, with the branding, and you know, Shin and I have had discussions where I've said, what am I here today as? Am I the brander today? Am I the web guide today? And this one, I'm really going to be there as the role for trying to help people with get actual results with their website. So the goal for what Shannon is trying to do is for people to walk away there with not just knowledge, right? So we go to so many of these things, we learn some things, we get hyped up, we get excited, we leave, and nothing ever happens in our business. And what she's trying to do is allow people to walk away with their power bio, with certain things where she's actually going to give them actionable material and really walk them through some things at the event, right? That's what I'm gathering, right? I'm not over speaking, right?
No.
So that's really exciting. So as I step in it, she's like, okay, Josh, what can you bring? How can you help people walk away with something? And while mine's a little bit more difficult because full-blown marketing websites take months at times to plan and build, etc. What I can do is I give people actionable advice and actionable steps for their websites to improve their websites. So one of the things we're going to do is have people in the evaluation form, we're going to submit their websites. We'll have some people say, hey, we would like a review of our sites. And those people, I'm going to pick 3 of those sites prior to showing up and use those as examples. And I won't be able to do everybody's, but I'll be able to go through 3 sites that have been submitted for review and use them as examples. Go through them and say, this could be improved here. We need a call to action here. Here's how I would do that. This is where I'd improve the visuals. This is where I'd improve the copy. Things of that nature. And really go through and have actionable points. So that those 3 individuals can actually walk out of there with basically a free audit. Normally we charge for that. In this case, we're doing that absolutely free. And what the others will get is an understanding, they get the understanding of the why I'm saying what I'm saying. So if I'm saying, hey, change their call to action because it's not clear enough, they're going to think about their website and go, oh, well, my call to action isn't very clear, or I don't even have one. So those are things that we're trying to get with people is, yes, give those specific examples, very specific things to their site, but the rest of the attendees will get an education and get an example of how to apply those things. So as opposed to me saying, hey, you need a call to action on their website, if you don't have one, put one there. That's great knowledge, but what does that mean? How does that happen in action? I can show that. So that's something we're going to do. Of course, I'll be available for those that didn't get their site specifically reviewed. I'll be available to schedule time with them and review their sites as well. But during the actual time, I'll be doing those 3. So that's one of the big things I'm going to be doing there. I'm looking forward to that.
Awesome. And what's so great is that everybody that's there will be contributing and helping. So we will work individually with those that are attending. I know that there's a few people that are attending that have already worked with me on their 12-step Power Bio process. And what's exciting is that once, you know, the most difficult thing that I find from a lot of people I work with is to write about yourself and create that bio. People have done resumes. Power Bio, which is that it's so much fun and super powerful. So we'll definitely have a place. It will be customized for each individual that's there. Thank you, Joshua, again for all to this community and being willing to do the assessment. And the sooner people sign up for November 5th, the sooner you can start getting some of these items now and actually come to the event. You know, obviously you can sign up the day before and show up, and it will be amazing for your business. But the preparing you have and things that you get done prior to the event, the more powerful it'll be and the deeper that we can dive. So I always suggest people to do that. And we do a special
website in here, Shannon. Where should they sign up?
Great question. Let me get that real quick. I believe it is Media Magic Intensive, but let me get it really quick.
Okay.
And the early bird special ends on the 25th. Just for general admission, it's only $97, so it's really a great deal. The VIP, you get to do a lunch, dive a little bit deeper with you and some of the experts, and also a little bit of coaching is involved with that too if you join us as a VIP. I just want to check in. Is there any questions from anybody? Any shout outs? Shannon, I don't know if you want to type in the chat room your business. Dee, Joyce, talk a little bit about
that website yet, Shannon. I'm still waiting for where they sign up.
I'm getting it right now.
Okay.
And if you don't mind, go ahead. What's that? If you don't mind sharing about Dee, why I get that real quick.
Okay, Dee, can you talk? No, you can't talk, Dee. Okay, Dee Fanning has a business called, her website is www.letstalknow.com. So Dee's on this call, and I don't know if you can type your website in there, Dee. That would be good if you can reach to the chat room and type your website in so people can see that. So her purpose is about communication on the child's point of view. So she has some products that help you to do that. She has endorsements from the Big Brothers Big Sisters, Homeschooling Association, and others. So her products help adults communicate with children, but on questions that the children want to hear answered. Not so much from the adult's point of view, but from the children's point of view. So that's Dee Fanning at letstalknow.com.
And Let's Talk, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I talked about the homeopathic Daylene, which is greenwayenergy.com, greenwayenergymedicine.com. And you're able to work with her from anywhere in the world. She can do things virtually. Oh my goodness, sorry, Joyce, I'm still trying to sign in here.
Okay.
To get the. So let's see here while I'm doing that. What you want to share? We have a talkative group today.
Well, we talked about Wendy Barnes' design, so I guess I'll put that in.
And Joshua, do you have anything that you have going on that you want to share? You just did a merger?
What's that?
Did I read somewhere that you did a merger or an acquisition of another company?
Yeah, acquisition. We've been stepping into the Destin market recently. I have a gentleman up there who's been scouting it out. We joined the chamber, get involved, and we ran into an agency there that was a good fit, and so we just kind of absorbed them. About 2 months ago, I think it was. So took on their client base and starting to provide services to them as well. So yeah, Titan Web Design. We acquired them, like I said, about a couple months back. I think it's been.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, MediaMagicIntensive.eventbrite.com. MediaMagicIntensive.eventbrite.com is I got to get that up on my website so it's easy to find. MediaMagicIntensive.eventbrite.com. We also have, so Destin is
that on the app also?
It is on the app also.
Okay, so I challenged some people to get on the app during this call. So this mastermind. So I'm waiting to see someone say the word yes, Y-E-S. They uploaded the app on iTunes or Google during this mastermind. So all you have to type in is the word yes with an exclamation point.
I'm trying to get Dee Dee. It looks like Dee Dee has an apple.
Yeah, so she's new. She's texting me here. She's trying to talk, but she's figuring it out.
For her in the chat room, which is great. Oh, okay, one more moment here. Does you want to celebrate? I know one of the things here, just for a second, that when you're building your business, that it is so important. And Joyce, it's been great to connect with you, because I know that you deal with this a lot. And Josh, you may deal with this also, where you have individuals, and because their to-do list is so big, that at the end of the week, many times they feel like they didn't get much done. You know, they didn't get as far as they wanted. And so really being thankful and always being in gratitude and looking at even the littlest things that you accomplish. And that's where, you know, the milestones and successes in the app, even here on the Monday masterminds, you know, sharing those successes, because entrepreneur is not easy. It's a unique breed on its own, and every day, you know, to keep you going and to keep you moving, and really sharing those, because there's been so many times, just read Joshua, that you did online. I was so excited that day to see that accomplishment for you. So sometimes we may think we're boasting or bragging and it's not appropriate, but really we want to have that culture of celebrating successes and celebrating what we've accomplished, even those things, you know, that it counts for something.
For sure, Shannon, that's such an important point to, you know, sometimes we hide our light under a bushel because we don't know who to share that with. And so this is a community to actually share that with, because oftentimes our husbands or our wives or our children or people with jobs, they just don't know how to even to listen to what we're saying. And so this is a safe place where we share those little successes that we have, or big successes, but it really isn't even measurable, because a little success is the same as a big success. It's not a quantum difference. It's all in the success, because success breeds more success. So that's really important to not be silent. We don't need to put the invisible duct tape on our mouth and not tell anyone, because this is a community of understanding. And we're all going to give each other a round of applause for what it is that we did do. So we want to be collaborative. We want you to speak up and say, hey, you know, today I made 5 phone calls and I've been afraid to death to even make one. You know, or hey, today I reached out and, you know, maybe somebody might not think that's a success, but it is a success because it's something that we haven't done before. So anything that you haven't maybe done before and you've tried something new, then that is a success. Oh, I see Dee Dee. Hi.
Well, this is the first time I've tried to connect on my computer, so I don't know. Finally, I got it.
Okay. Hey, that's a round of applause.
Okay.
That's how it goes. You know, we just keep trying until we get it. That's kind of what entrepreneurs do. We have to keep just trying. And sometimes it feels like such a struggle, and we don't have anyone to share that with. So this is a community of people that you can share that what seems like a struggle, and then all of a sudden it feels like a breath of fresh air, you know, that we did something. So great.
asking for help. That's another thing that I find we've been taught. I don't know about you, but I know that a lot of times we think when we ask for it's a sign of weakness, or expect us, or think that we're successful or as far along we should be. You know, we should be the expert. And I have found that I personally have a lot of respect for somebody who says, I don't know, even asks for help. So really, this is all able to come and say, hey, I'm looking for this, or I'm struggling with that. And, you know, the game, experience the game, and they actually define challenges as an opportunity for growth. So every time I hear the word challenge, or we talk about the word challenge, and what we're doing, an opportunity for growth. So really coming to this place of being vulnerable and being real and sharing. You know, Joshua, thank you so much for sharing the struggles of the key person, because this is something that people can relate to. And I wanted to share with you, Joshua, there's an amazing organizational psych in South Florida that I worked with, and she gave me a process for hiring, and through the process, it really has always helped me attract the key people. I do it every time. I'd be happy to connect you to. I'd be happy with some of the things that we did, but you know, I used to just do a job description and put an ad up and my fingers, and I'd find the right person and do the best I could to hire somebody. But after she really helped me get clear on many different levels beyond just the workplace and some of the requirements for them to come in and how to look for them, it was powerful. So Marcia Valutis is her name. Marcia, I'm going to jot that down, and I'd be happy to connect you. She's actually an organizational psychologist, but her and her husband, or former husband, had a consulting firm, a big one up in New York, for a number of years. So she really knows all the aspects of business too. So
I never heard that. Oh, that's I have assessments too that I use for teams. So how you see yourself and how others see you. It's very valuable when you're building a team. So you fill in sort of areas and categories. And Joshua, you might actually kind of like to take it to, because it is sort of coming from the branding idea. And it gives you a lot of words and verbiage, but it is the component. It's not the disc, not something like that, but it does come from the component of how you see yourself and what is your archetype, and then how do others see you. And then there is actually a team component. How do you fit into the team? So that might be very interesting for you.
That's what you did at the Catalyst for the individual, right? The manual. That was awesome.
Individual one at the Catalyst, but there also is a team one that extends further beyond that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really powerful. So I'd love to hear from you. Joel wants to say any.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. And so do you want me to just go over my business, or?
Sure. Joyce did a little plug for you, so we'd like to hear from you.
Sure. I've worked with Joyce. Joyce is amazing. And my goal is just to increase confidence and self-esteem in children and teens, and actually even adults. And I believe we can do that by asking the right questions and then being there to listen. And so my company, Let's Talk, has developed tools and products to do that, to encourage communication and facilitate the right conversation. And so I have a passion. I've mentored many, many kids, and I have a passion to help kids learn how to use their voice. And it's just exciting.
You have the most inspirational Facebook page. What is it? Facebook.com/Let's Talk?
My page, yes. It's Let's Talk Now. Yeah.
Oh, Let's Talk Now. And it's Let's, LET, I always love getting your quotes and inspiration, and it just really speaks to my heart on the power of words and how we communicate.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm getting better.
I'm going to answer one question on Facebook, and then we'd love to hear it after this question. How can we support you? Is there something that you're looking for? So let me just answer this question. If you can think about how we can support you or what you're looking for, that would be great. June, the name of the app is Business Acceleration Summit, Business Acceleration Summit. And you can go on businessaccelerationsummit.com, and right on the homepage, there's a link to both the Android and the Apple. So you should be able to find it there. We're at the end of the hour, but let's see how we'll do speed help. What are you looking at?
Well, thank you for the information, because I was looking for the app as well, and I just found it for the Android, so I've got it now. So Joyce and I are working together, and I think I'm just in the phase where I need to, in regards to my strategy, I need to work with maybe getting endorsements and just building, more marketing. And I have an inventory. So, I become clear that my first goal is to liquidate my inventory, or at least sell my inventory to generate some income that way. And so my products are on Amazon. I just recently sent a video into Ellen because she had something on there, selling on Ellen, where you could actually sell your product in the Ellen store. And so I'm hopeful that maybe will be a good connection. And I'm working with some mentoring programs here in Illinois. So
what would be an ideal endorsement client? Can you share both of those for us?
I've been endorsed by Big Brother, Big Sister, as Joyce said. There's different organizations that I would also love to have an endorsement, and that would be Girl Scouts, the Dove Foundation, the YMCA, any place that mentors children. I think Boys and Girls Club, anything along that line where they could utilize my product.
So Joyce, both you and I know somebody that has something to do with Girl Scouts. Okay. Somebody that she's working with that has a great connection high up with Girl Scouts. Okay, so if there's anybody here that has a connection for Dee Dee, we'd love to hear. Dee Dee, how would somebody get a hold of you if they had a connection to an endorsement?
They could just get on my website, or just email me directly at letstalknow@gmail.com.
And then what is your ideal client? You said you had inventory that you wanted to move.
My target market is parents, grandparents. A lot of teachers use my product. Mentors, counselors, psychologists use it. And so anybody that has a child in their life and they want to build a connection and build confidence and self-esteem in that child, just spend some quality time.
Doing a holiday special? I didn't know not that it has to be a special like discount, but I think that it would be. I've gotten your toolbox, your mailbox and stuff. That is what a great gift. Do you have something? I'd be happy to share if doing something.
I definitely need to, and I would really appreciate that, and let me put something together. I'd be happy to do that, because it is a perfect Christmas gift.
I think that's wonderful. As to schools, parents, I imagine with home study groups it would be pretty good too, correct?
I think homeschooling is good as well. They're a little bit more connected with their children during the day. And so they did give me an endorsement. But I know a lot of the teachers use it for journaling, and grandparents, of course.
Okay.
The other part that we're looking for Dee Dee is places like insurance companies that have a need to purchase products because they have a mission and to help develop youth in the community. And so Dee Dee is willing to put packages together for them so that they could deliver them. Or insurance companies have like a significant amount of funds that they are required to give away at their fiscal year. So if they could help support Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Club, or someone else that then they could be able to purchase her product to deliver them, that would be great.
Okay. Hybrid of the two. You have a for-profit that helps a nonprofit get it, correct? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes.
Okay. So, Dee Dee, I know you and I have an appointment to talk, so if you can jot down the name, or Tanya, and then Odyssey Charter School. So I have some connections there and would be happy to help make those introductions.
Thank you. Got it.
So we are at the middle of the hour. I'm used to saying we're at the top of the hour, but we are at the end of our session tonight. I'm going to put Joshua on the spot with a closing remark, but I'm giving you the ready, aim, fire. And we have an ongoing joke now, Joyce, because Joshua's new. Those people that have been around me, individuals that have been around me for years doing events, they know just ready, fire, aim, and I'll be quick to hand over the mic and put people on the spot. And so I told Joshua, I said, I think, and I didn't really put it together until I had a conversation with him. I go, that's what it is that I just go, and then I'm doing the best I can to give you a little bit of a heads up. But I'd love to hear from each of you any closing remarks. I just want to remind everybody, November 5th, the Media Magic Intensive.eventbrite.com. This is going to be a powerful event. If you're ready to really take your sales to the next level, you're really ready to get on the stage, position yourself on a whole new level, you want to be, we have a rock star team coming together. I am honored to be in the room with everybody that's coming. It's going to be a great day. And yeah, this is we'll be back the first and third Monday of every month through the end of the year, the first and third Monday through the end of the year. And you can just sign up at businessaccelerationsecrets.com. And when you sign up at the end, you can actually just subscribe so that you don't ever have to subscribe again. You'll get the replays and be able to join in. And I invite you to come and share what it is that you need, and do as Dee Dee did tonight. Join us video or chat room if you're in your PJs, and let us know how we can help you, because I know Dee Dee right now, there were some great connections and really inspired in a short period of time what can happen. Joyce, closing remarks?
Well, closing remarks. Hi, everybody, and goodbye, everybody. So I'm glad that you stopped in tonight. And Dee Dee, thank you for coming in and visiting. So I hope that you have some great response from this. And nice to chat with you, Joshua. And we're going to get a good, solid one-on-one going. And so this is really great. So building relationships in business is the key to your catalyst for your growth. And whether we're doing it virtually or in person, making that human connection and transferring what we have right here over to a real connection with someone, if it's by phone or in person, it's really important to do that, to take that time. If someone really resonates with you, that you take that time to make that connection and do sort of a discovery or an exploration with them of what could happen next, and put that question in your mind. I wonder what could happen, what great things could happen if I, explore this relationship with this person. So that's my best advice.
Joyce started a group in Brevard a number of years ago. We're having our luncheon. It's the Thrive luncheon, and we're having it at the Red Ginger this Friday at 1:30. So it is a great time to come do that face-to-face mastermind and collaborate, and yummy food. All right, Josh, you're the one of the best for last.
One of the best for last. Well, thank you, I think. Sign up for the November 5th event soon, because the ones that'll be signing up the last minute, I won't have had time to analyze their sites. So the ones that are signing up earlier, Shannon's going to kick my way and I will be able to review that and look at the sites prior. The last minute ones,
No,
not going to be able to look at them. So this is one thing I wanted to point out on that. Besides that, it was great chatting. If anybody's looking for, one of those things, if you're going, oh gosh, I wish I would ask that question, bring it to the November 5th event. I'm totally plugging your November 5th event here. You see that, right? You owe me lunch. That's what it is. See you guys. Have a great night.
Awesome. And rock, paper, simple. Josh was great at all things. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful night, and see you in a few weeks.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Good night.